Hey everyone, this is Anna back with another stamping video. I started something last week that I think I am going to continue, which is making 3 simple cards using 1 stamp set and 1 pack of one pack of paper or cardstock and 1 ink pad. And I wanted to make a card. I started with the idea of making a card to highlight this Music from the Heart stamp set because I just love it. For anybody who loves music, this set is just perfect. You can use it in so many different ways. And then I thought, well, I can't just use this one way. There's so many different things in this set. I wanted to do it a few ways, and it goes perfectly just with white cardstock and black ink. So I decided I would make 3 and show you how easy it is to make these 3 stamp sets, or these 3 cards. So we are going to start with this really basic one, You Rock. And I'll show you on the stamp set. Some people don't realize this, which I didn't realize it at first. But if you put this part of the guitar together with this is the treble clef, right? It's been a while since I've heard much about music terminology, but so if you put these two together, you get this really cool guitar. So that's what we're going to do on this first one. I have just a plain white card base and a piece of cardstock that measures 1 3/4 by 3.5. And I'm going to call that the treble clef. I'm pretty sure that's what that's called. And the top part of the guitar and our Memento black ink. So I am going to do this part of the guitar first. I had to play around with this a couple of times to get the feel for how to put these 2 pieces together to make them look right. So I'm going to stamp this up here. Then this piece, I think you have a little bit more room to adjust where it goes. But I put it something like there. And isn't that cool? I just love that. If you know anybody who's in a band, or definitely teenagers, people who like music, this is just a really cool set. So we'll put You Rock there. And I just wanted to keep this one really simple. So, but if you can see, the edges of this are just a very fine line of black. I wanted this to stand out a little bit from the background. So I just took my cardstock and placed it right on that ink pad, ran it along there, did that on each side, and now it has black edges. So I want to be careful with this for a minute until it dries, but I will go ahead and put some dimensionals on the back. And after we put this on, I just decided, I know a lot of people want a little bit of something else on their cards, so I brought in some of our Noble Peacock Rhinestone Jewels. I love these. They come in 5 different colors in your 1 pack. So I thought these would be a nice set to bring in and add a few rhinestones in some different colors to these cards. So we've got some blue on the one I'd made before. Now we have some purple on this one. So there is the You Rock card. Now let's do this one, the Just a Note. Isn't that cute? You could use that little phrase with any of the stamps in the set. So we need our card base and a piece of cardstock that measures 2 1/4 by 5.5. And we'll stamp this one first. This is this called the staff? I guess I should have done some research on my music terminology before I started this. Pretty sure this is called the staff. I'm gonna put this over here on this edge and bring in that treble clef. Stamp it over here. You want to clean it? My little helper is here. Now with this notes, this is something some people didn't realize that I'd been talking to about this set a while back. So these notes come individually. So you can use them in a lot of different ways. I am going to set them on here in position to be, that's going to be an FACE, right? If you count up the, I don't know if any of you, I'm sure a lot of you know more music about music than me. Maybe some of you know less. But, okay. So put them on there so they line up in the, I decided to line them up in the openings. And depending on where I place this, then it's going to look like different notes. And here at the end, I don't have space for all of that again, so I'm just going to use these are 1/8 notes, right? 2 1/8 notes. Okay, so we've got our little piece of music written right here. I am going to stamp the Just a Note stamp here. Now let's prepare that background, and I just stamp notes all over the place. Something to put on the background. We're going to go off the edges here, so I'll bring in some scrap paper, and we'll start with this one I used last. How many of you like music or know people who would like this set? I think there's so many people who were in the band or in the choir at church, or, you know, they just love music, and I really like this set for that. Now I will switch my stamp. I think I'm going to put these two on at the same time. I may regret this, but we'll try to do these two at the same time. When I made my sample, I did them separately, but I think I can make this work.
Because it's faster?
It is a little faster for my video demonstration here. Okay, that should be good. Well, we are going to cover that up with our piece of cardstock here. So I did the same thing with this one. I ran the edges along that ink pad to give it that black edge. As you can see, possibly, I smeared a little bit of ink there. So just for the video, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to smear it, but you could run those edges along
the
ink pad just to make it stand out a little bit.
The little sides.
On this one, you're right, I only did the top and the bottom on this one. What do you think? Should I have done the sides? Or do you like it the way it is?
I like it the way it is.
Okay, me too. That's why I did it that way. So put that on there. And might as well add a few rhinestones. On this one, I just put a little rhinestone on each side of the greeting. And one more. You're the music in my heart. Isn't this so cool? We have the piano. We have a short strip of piano keys that we're going to use for all of that. This is why I thought I can't just make one card with this set because there are so many neat things in it. So I have my card base and a 2-inch circle punch.
Mommy, you did it on this one too. The black lines.
I know I did. I did it on all 3 of them. So ink up the piano. Stamp that. And I'll go ahead and I will run the edges of this around this ink pad now. That way it can sit for a couple of minutes and dry. So we'll leave that. Now on my first one for this, I used gray ink in the background. For this one, show you how to stamp off to get a little bit lighter color, still using this black ink. So we'll ink. Oh, sweetie?
On one video,
we're going to stamp off down here.
I showed them how to stamp off.
Well, I guess I need my card base, not my prepared card, right? And I may not do quite as many across this one, but I'll give you the idea. So ink, well, it's stuck. Stamp. Now stamp here. Did you do stamping off per video? I think you did. Stamp off. Line it up and put that here. If you wanted it to be even lighter, you could even stamp off a second time. And I'll do one strip this way. So I'm going to stamp once, stamp twice. Now I'll stamp going across here. Stamp once, twice. Well, it is wanting to stick to my ink pad today. Once, twice. And there we go. We've got a couple of rows of keys going all the way across the card. So that's the background. We'll put the piano here. And I love this greeting. Has such good greetings. You are the music in my heart.
Didn't you already say that?
On one of the other cards?
No, you said that. It said that.
Probably. I might repeat myself a lot.
Hey, Mom.
So we have the greeting on there. I'll put some dimensionals on the back of this piece. As you can see, sometimes I reuse cardstock. What, babe? Kelsey's pointing to our dog outside with a looks
pig.
Like, oh, Kelsey. We don't need to tell them the details. Okay. Here is the piano, and Kelsey, what color of rhinestone should we add to this one?
This color.
That color. We are going to call that, I think, is this Pretty Peacock teal? I'm trying to think of which Stampin' Up! Color that is.
Really.
So there you go. You can see how neat the stamp set is and how easy it is to make a few cards just with white cardstock and black ink. And of course you could always, and some rhinestones, of course you could always add in lots of other things, other papers, other colors of ink, you know, other embellishments, but just with white cardstock and black ink, you can make some really neat cards with this set. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.